Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and I came back to the bridge, and Cassie's about to chat to us. So, Vox Master Vigdis, Lord Captain. Sorry, Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard the Sanctum Navis. Welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first. Your heart starts beating furiously, your breaths come short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of this sudden wave of unease. Without even looking at the Voxmaster, Cassia waves her away.
First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us.
Of course. When you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vigdis, then, lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. Let's see. Yeah, what do you want to talk about? After a few seconds' hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. Is that that's not that pointed a chin, is it? Fairly oval face. Anyway, fine.
I've not yet thanked you for saving me at the station.
I sound like a little boy more than an anime lady, but anyway.
My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honourably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. But now,
Cassia throws back her shoulders,
I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis to perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red.
Okay, interesting. Why ask for these items? Now it's not the time to indulge in painting. Yeah, well, sure. Sure, you need paint, you can get paint. Like, what do I care, you know? Do whatever you need to. Just, like, get me from A to B, paint your heart out, it's fine. Cassia nods in thanks.
I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my war pie when it is opened.
That's warp eye, not war pie. It's not a pie of war, though. That's also very dangerous, I hear. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence. my voice of her has not been serene, but I'm flattered.
Initiating communion ritual.
You hear the exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard. Then the stifled gasp of the Lady Navigator, a rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, and the faint whisper of a brush.
I see. Violet vortex is lashing an ocean with a million flails. The umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance. A storm rising above foaming waters. Armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No, of me. Nani? Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone.
The Voxmaster recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. Vigdis! Come on. We're not made of cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks, and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. See to it that you receive 5 lashes for this show of clumsiness. That's a bit much. It's fine. I'm gonna leave them undisturbed. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. Oh dear. The servants in the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beats. These beats are wild, yo. Moaning in pain. I know, it's not the time to be like, oh, fun, they're doing some, like, beatboxing in there. No, the people are dying. It's too soon. Moaning in pain, their throats roar from the strain, and then sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Well, that's awful, but, 40k, it's kind of to be expected. That's how, this stuff works. Rogue trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two. And my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. I wonder, is this because this is the first time she's sort of divined, the state of the galaxy since the, the fall of Cadia and, the Great Rift, spread across the galaxy. Is that a thing that's happened? Since the Eye of Terror winked at everyone in a saucy way and cut off the galaxy. That's how that works. Is that what happened? Maybe that's where we are, in terms of the narrative. I don't know. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric and metallic clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely, even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station, Yorak 5. You can press the numbers, by the way, which I just did, because I've got my mouse hand to my face to do the voice, So, anyway. Regrettably, we arrived too late to evacuate the residents of the station. What residents? There was so many dead, There's only a handful of people left at the, upstairs, and one of them was dying. Anyway, the warp disruptions affecting Yorak 5 twisted the bodies and minds of its attendants. The corruption failed to affect Lady Cassia, thank the Emperor. The navigators are trained to resist the Immaterium's pull. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an agency at Prime. Both the vessel and its machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrich von Kalox, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for sure he was not at Yorak 5, so keep this in mind when making any future plans. What's always business with you, Victus? Let's play Smash Brothers. Couldn't you sometimes just visit and tell me how wonderful everything is? That's pretty funny. Yeah, let's tease them. Certainly, Lord Captain. If you are interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances on the lower decks. Oh, that's actually good. Is this actually as a result of our actions, I wonder? A senior technomat from Shift 8 came up with a new formula for a lubricant used in kitchen servitor implant maintenance. The quartermaster of Store Compartment 11 reported recently that we are spending ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloths, carpets, and lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of 10, even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessel. You know what? Brilliant. I love it. I really want my good friend Vigdis to come up to me and tell me that we have an abundance of tablecloths every day. That really makes me know that everything's going to be okay. Thank you, Vigdis. As it pleases you, Lord Captain. It does. It pleases the Jiminies out of me. So we're going to go to not Rykad Minoris. Vigdis is telling us about tablecloths again. I hope. Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. Hello. Hi. I love that there's giant grand fireplaces and things on a spaceship.
My apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
The Lady Navigator is engrossed in pursuing the dusty tomes, which appear to have been neglected by the other officers, be it because of sloth or dullness of mind. When you walk closer, Cassia looks up at you, starts, and hides a weathered look behind her face. Pleased me to see you adjusting to life on board. Point up in Cassia's hands. You're fond of reading. Alas, title does not hold everyone's attention. What do you think you're doing here? Did I give you permission to leave the bridge? Yeah, we said we'd help. We'd, keep her safe. Like she's a guest here, It pleases me to see you are adjusting.
Compared to Urak 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues, and yet the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color.
Practically devoid of colour.
I'm never going to get that right, am I? No, I'm not. She's got a bit of like an Atlantic accent, is the vibe I'm getting. Point at the book in Cassie's hands. No, let's ask if she's well. Because, yeah, I mean, like, all her family's dead.
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Cassie's response is reserved and pointedly decorous, clearly intended to create a distance between you. Well, alright. I hope you have ample time to calm yourself and your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior in your question just now insulting.
Alright. Now I kind of hate her. She's being a real dick. Like, when she's... Like, when she's not got it together, people peel their own skin off. When other people are looking at her and she thinks that they're being judgy, that's because they don't want to peel their skin off. With their own hands. Like, there's reason for them to be concerned about her presence. It's not just like, gross mutant. It's, oh my god, I want to keep my skin on my body. Like, it's... So for her to be all uppity about it is very annoying. Anyway, I'll point to the book. I see you're fond of reading. Oh, no, I just tear out all of the final pages, so that way no one ever finds out how these stories end. It's a funny thing that I do, because I hate people and I'm miserable. And yeah, I know, all her family died. Like, I get it. She has a miserable existence, but also, like, people peeling their own skin off. Like, she should be aware of that. Anyway.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves. And I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
Okay, as long as that's the mood that's being transmitted to the rest of the crew, like, I'm fine. As long as it doesn't get in the way of their duties. Because they might get a bit too amorous. But, as long as duty's being done, that's a better vibe than I wish to remove all my own skin.
Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Cassia gently brushes the dust off the cover with her thin, clawed hand, her eyes filled with longing after reminiscing about her lost home. He's satisfied with your new attendance.
Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility, but they are quite tolerable. Thank you for your concern.
They're quite tolerable now that they're all dead and skinless. Perception test succeeded. Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment of her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes a topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is clear that she does not feel comfortable aboard a ship teeming with new people.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying. You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I.
Okay, she's all like, oh, I hate that everyone's so judgy. And then she's like, why are you talking to me? I'm a gross freak. Like, pick a lane. Pick a lane, Cassia.
I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
You conduct yourself in every possible way right now. Like, it's just, you can just pick one. And I can acclimatise to it, that'd be great. So, frightened by her own words, Cassie covers her mouth, pales, blushes, then pales again, then hides her face behind the cascade of her snow-white hair. Okay, let's, you have nothing to apologise for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad, and it is just natural to share them with others. But I'm not a human, I'm a gross freak. Why is everyone being so judgy? Quite right, so I would ask that you mind what you say from now on. It is indeed difficult for me to feel empathy for a mutant, however the crew's well-being hinges on that of its navigator. But I believe this conversation has reached its natural conclusion. No, it's fine. Human emotions are natural. I'm going to suggest she's human. That's going to blow her tiny mind.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station, of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So, why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
Okay, she's just figured out what mourning is. I guess she has attendants dying every 2 seconds around her, so she just sees life as being like something not worth pondering in the slightest. Suddenly it's people she was actually like, you know, close to and knew for many years. Now she's just like, what is mourning? Wait, hang on, human lives matter? Oh god. Yeah, horrendous. So the primness of her expression corrects, revealing a great wariness beneath. She places a hand on her breastplate.
At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... My delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
See, now, given the fact that she's clearly, like, has the emotional intelligence of, like, a pineapple, it makes me wonder if I just need to be, like, just mega strict, or just, like, completely dour, just level all the time, not hint at the idea that emotions exist, and that it's fine to feel things. Because she might kill the entire ship if I treat her like a human being, and she suddenly, like, you know, opens up about like the obvious years of trauma. Just it's going to be like a real rollicking good time of skin peeling and heart attacks. It's going to be great. Yeah, I'm concerned now, because really I'd be like, oh no, hey, it's fine. Like, I've been through some stuff. Like, you know, welcome aboard. We'll look out for each other. You get us through the warp safely. I'll make sure you're comfortable. And yeah, and we can all not treat each other like freaks. How's that sound? Like, isn't that lovely? Then she'd be like, oh my god, that's amazing. I'm suddenly overcome with emotion. It's skin peeling season. Oh boy, oh boy. I don't know, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. She's a bit of a minefield, this one. I'm gonna go with just, you know, extending some kindness here. My life was turned upside down not too long ago. I moved to Bel Air with my uncle.
Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance so... private. My word. When I found this place, it was so full of officers. Why did they all leave?
No reason. Must have been their shift. Yeah, it must have been their shift. She glanced around the room, growing somewhat sheepish. I do not tolerate idlers on the ship, and my officers know it well. That's, yeah, I kind of like the idea of just that, well, they had duty to attend to, and you know, we make sure we run a tight ship, you know. Literally, it's a ship, and it is tight. Perhaps my people did not wish to disturb you, I'm afraid. I also have to go away. Let's say this. I'll not tolerate idlers, although that kind of makes it sound like she's being a douchebag for reading a book. Which, honestly, her only duty is to get us safely through the war and to not have everyone peel their own skin off. Like, that's really all I expect from her. So, you know, I don't expect her to be doing anything else. But the other officers, they aren't going to be peeling people's skin off, but I need them to get work done, right? So, I don't know. Hopefully she won't take offense to this and make me peel my skin off.
Then, I must take my leave as well. I am due to inspect the Sanctum Navis after the communion ritual and prepare the chamber for the upcoming warp jump. Thank you for your company.
Okay, this is good. This I'm happy with. This is a good resolution. She realizes she needs to keep her, you know, mind on her duties around the place, make sure everything's running well, gives her a bit of purpose, you know, while she's here, and she also knows that, you know, we can speak in sort of a friendly way together. She doesn't have to, like, bottle things up and then skin peeling times. So, okay, this feels like a good resolution for this conversation. She's not gone insane. I still have my skin. Just good times. Good times, guys. Good times. Ooh, hello. Yeah, they got some Battlefleet Gothic. So, how do I get out of here? Can I leave through this way? No, I can't. Okay, where am I going? Up the stairs again. Going up the stairs. So yeah, this was the room that we came in, had a battle, didn't we? We had a little fight here. God, it's so nice to be on the bridge again, with all of my skin. Let's go to the Cronus Expanse. And to Rykad Minoris, which we might be able to reach. Okay, so we're at our desk. As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you've been using to draw up yet another order falls from your hand. I don't remember this being in the beta, but, you know, it could be a random event, could be that it's new, I'm not really sure. Hi? Hello? Are these all the other rogue traders? All the past rogue traders? Oh no, is this because of the... Maybe not. I was thinking, these are the ones that are haunting us that we sent into that breach. But maybe not. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here, in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens and dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge, and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? I gave them strict orders not to let the dead in. It matters not. You are alone against a horde of heretics, risen from the darkness to take your life. As if on its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Conrad Voigtveer's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you, in a nightmarishly slow advance. Spooky. Very spooky. Step back or else, or kneel before your rogue trader, your lives belong to me, or stop. I do not wish for any of you to die. Yeah, let's go with that one. You know, this could be because of the, you know, the character stuff we picked. You know, it might not be... Oh, because that's the thing, there was two things, right? We had two things to pick. One was we sent everyone into a breach and they all got massacred, and another one was that we are haunted by trauma, right? They were separate things, I think. So I think this is the haunting happening.
The dead remain deaf to your words, creeping ever closer with the inevitability of death itself. You belatedly realise that your trembling hand has found the shard when its razor-sharp edge cuts into your palm. Oh. Okay. Is that just our sword? Oh dear, that's a bad sword. That is definitely not a good, that's not a good sword, that's a bad sword. Oh dear. An unbearably bright light floods everything around, and you find yourself surrounded by grovelling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design, and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven. The path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. Yes, master. No, I am the swordsmaster, not his servant, or never. Yeah, say never. Should we say never? Never say never, except this time. Your body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as if it has become one with your hands, and the gaze of the demonic eye sets your very soul ablaze. Resisting your fate is futile. You scream as you feel your soul burn away to ash. Oh, my ash soul. Oh. You awaken from a vision kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat and with a sour taste on your tongue. Your head is ringing. And you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloodied shard lying on the floor remind you of what transpired. Quest failed. Really? Huh. Interesting. Oh, I guess that was a quest that led to us, you know, figuring out what the shard is about, like claiming it or whatever. I don't know. Or it's a quest to just investigate the murder weapon, and we just threw the murder weapon away? I don't know. You would rather die than touch that thing again, so you reach a shaking hand for your vox and call for a servitor. Now you must have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact, and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the void. Well, damn. The light glinting off the polished skull of some unknown Xenos makes it seem like a bony face is mocking you. Why am I keeping a mocking skull on my desk? Why would I do that? Oh my god, it's an orc skull, isn't it? It's pretty funny. Okay, but seriously, what the hell? Although I guess it keeps us humble, right? Okay. Oh, wrong way. No, it's not. I was trying to get back to my chair, but no, we need to go to the map. Silly. Okay, Rykad Minoris. Begin a scan. Tithe grade, undetermined. Tithe grade R992, huh? It's my favourite one. No resources, but we can park at the starport. We can take everyone with us. It's a good bunch. So there's still Heinrich von Kalox and a tech priest yet to get. So we are going to be full up pretty quickly, I imagine. It was a shaky landing. I enjoy the red and grey uniforms, by the way. I think they look quite good. The starport greets you with a din of ordnance, and the smell of explosives tickles your nostrils. It is difficult to tell through the smoke who is firing at whom. Halt! Weapons on the ground, or I'm firing! A man in a torn and dirty uniform hobbles towards you from behind the chunks of rockcrete and crumpled plasteel. His cracked helmet is adorned with a crooked label that reads Sergeant Malgar. All right, so your skies are in lockdown. The rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and you lot just happen to land in the rear without a scratch to show for it. And on a shuttle like that, where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? He is visibly awed by the resplendent gold of your transport, so much so that his accent seems to be travelling all of Great Britain. Grab them, lads! We've got ourselves a rebel landing force. By the Holy Throne, what is this mess?
says Purple Abelard. Adira glances around. They're in a tough spot, old man. Go easy on them. You must be mistaken, I'm the rogue trader of House von Valantius. Abelard, enlighten this rabble about the proper manner. Yeah, I think we need to get that pomp and circumstance, you know? This dude's a military man. Okay, we need to just go, like, totally pull rank. Okay, just pull rank, and then when he stops yelling at us, then we can talk like a normal person. Abelard clears his throat. You stand before rogue trader von Valancius, you ignorant worm. Snap to attention this instant and give her ladyship a formal report. Sergeant Melgar, with a mixture of awe and terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin with like an exemplary soldier, and barks. See, there we go. There we go. Now he's snapped out of it. We can talk like regular people. My mistake, ma'am, and once. The starport is under the control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commander is Sergeant... A frag grenade explosion cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says an army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough. I'm just forgetting how to speak. Sorry. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me, ma'am. Sergeant Lass Melgar. Lassie? Sergeant Lassie Melgar. There's a boy trapped in the well. Sorry about my getting emotional about the well. What accent is this now? My unit is holding the starport and the governor's orders. How may I serve? Some dirty dog nearly shot me down my shuttle. Dirty dog. No, that's mean to dogs. What's happening? Oh, actually, let's expect the Inquisition. At the word Inquisition, Sergeant's face fills with awe. I don't know, ma'am. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your ladyship, ma'am. What's going on? Unrest, ma'am. Obviously. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower levels sparked, then it went up to the spires. Then they hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the mag train stations. The pet shop. Then Felix tore off his mask, precisely because he knew about the trouble on Rykad Minoris. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. Cassia lets out a sorrowful sigh. You know, that's not, it's not anime dub enough, is it? You may continue your report, peasant. Marvellous. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. Groxes being space cows. The tech priests linked to satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing in Rykad Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden details. The alarm was raised and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. Unidentified void ship. Well, we should go check that out. Eventually. They're crushing us, the scumbags. There's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came. We're running low on ammo. Every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute. Pat him on the shoulder. You're doing fine work, Melgar. So are your troops. People like you that hold the Imperium together. Yeah, I think he needs to hear that. He's clearly struggling here. I love to serve. The sergeant's grim voice rings with a martyr's pride. I'm going to go see the governor. If I may report, ma'am, as long as the rebels keep shooting that damned anti-aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an He's getting tongue-tied. He's struggling. He's struggling, old Sergeant Melgar. Just that pat on the shoulder, it affected him, guys. It affected him. Like, no wonder he's getting tongue-tied. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders to them to wait for you. And I'll inform headquarters. They better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we'll follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Adira frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she's looking through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, milady, but I can't get my head round those fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till my last drop. You're a fool. The governor, who is safe and sound in the rear, has left you for dead. I mean, probably. Good fighter who long since reclaimed the starport. You're a good soldier, Malgar, so your heroism is noted. I mean, he's probably going to die here, but he may be covered in blood. He may be trying to do what he can to stop rebellion, which we all know is going to be a chaos cult. Like, come on. So, whatever. He's doing his best to save people, potentially. But mostly, the starport's very important to keep. All starports are incredibly important as, like, for like military and civilian means during war, be able to evacuate people, get supplies and all the rest of it. Very important that he stays here. I'm not going to tell him he's being silly for doing that. It's kind of necessary. It is his job. So, you're a good soldier. I love to serve. He blushes. Another explosion interrupts Sergeant's words with a sigh of relief. He turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. Rumours. On your travels, you'll hear many rumours. Those of them that are deserving of a rogue trader's attention are logged in a separate section of the journal. Interesting. I don't think I ever looked at this one. I just pressed L. Should have pressed J. There we go. Rumours. Born in the Expanse. Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar is a powerful and mysterious figure who plays a pivotal role in the fate of the Cronus Expanse. His power is so great that it extends even over rogue traders. Okay. Then the unidentified void ship. According to the satellites, one of the unidentified void ships circling the nearby star has landed on a large uninhabited world on the system. Well, that sounds awesome. But we're not going to be able to leave until we get rid of the gun battery, right? I'm keeping these. Why? I have no idea. There's some rebels over here.
Is there money to be made?
Well, we'll find out, won't we? Now, what's over here? Ooh, rubble. The Grand Viaduct for receiving esteemed guests is burned under the rubble. Yeah.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, hello. Got some goods. Cool. I mean, stealing supplies from this area seems completely ridiculous, but that's fine. So actually, what we're going to do is we are going to do this fight, right, with all these rebels, in the next episode. We're going to end it here. We've gone over time a bunch of times, so we're going to go slightly under so we can start the next episode with a bang. Provided we've got a bolt gun, so there's always going to be bangs, right? Always. So guys, if you're enjoying this, then please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.
I won't compromise my principles.